Good day, gentlemen. Today I want to talk about strategy. This is a challenge I've been having personally. I think as you mature in your career and in life, you get to deal with this more and more. When you are young, you can just try a bunch of stuff, and why not? Just experiment. It doesn't matter a lot. You're still like basically building your data set, like your sample size of what's out there, what's possible, what do you like, what's the world like, all these things. And as you progress in a career and in life in general, your your windows narrow a bit, not necessarily in a negative sense, but in the sense that you start figuring out what you enjoy, what you are good at, what are the right things for you. So a lot of things get, um, subtracted. Like you no longer have to do them because you kind of figured out they're not for you. And then the question of strategy becomes more important. And by strategy, like this word gets thrown around a lot since a couple of years, especially like in professional fields and stuff. Like everyone is suddenly like head of strategy of this, of that. Uh, Everyone is a strategist. Everyone spends a lot of time on strategy, but usually what they kind of mean by that is that they just in some shape or form they are concerned with the question of what to do, what's the objective, what's the goal, how should we go about achieving X. And that's certainly an important question, and that's certainly a question you get to ask yourself a lot more as you get in more senior positions, as you get further on in life. Yeah, it does become a question. Okay, what should I do? What should I do? And that's a question that I've been asking myself a lot lately on different fronts, on personal fronts, on the business front. And I thought I'd share with you a couple of reflections, I guess, or how I've gone about this and how I'm currently thinking about this. Because as a business, for example, let's talk about business. You are there are always like lots of initiatives that you could undertake. At least that's where we are at with our business currently. There are a lot of things that we could do, so the questions of what should we do becomes more relevant, because you kind of have to cut through the noise and eliminate some options and not entertain every opportunity that comes your way. This is very common for successful people, right? At first, you're just trying to get any opportunity, but at some point, you get successful and a lot of opportunities thrown your way. And then it becomes a lot more important saying no. Anyway, trying to figure out what we should do as a business. So I started thinking, like, to even be able to answer that question, you kind of need to know, like, okay, well, what is the goal? What do we want? What is the outcome? You can always say, like, okay, we should do X, Y, Z with the intended outcome of ABC. But then you need to know, like, what is that ABC? And this is the tricky part. Like me saying this, it seems so obvious, but the tricky part is that there are a lot of assumptions people make in what they want or should want. Like as a business, the obvious assumptions are growth. We should grow. We should make more revenue. We should have a larger presence online. More people should know about that, should know about us. All the numbers should go up. But then if you actually start thinking things through a little bit, then some of those assumptions are challenged a bit. For example, as a business, do you always want more clients? Like it seems like obvious, yes. But then you think it through, and then it's like, yeah, more clients is also more headache, it's also more overhead, it's you lose your focus because you're stretched too thin. Maybe it's actually preferable to have fewer clients of more that represent more revenue. So yeah, maybe bigger clients, maybe more important clients, maybe even more prestigious clients. Maybe you are, and now I get into another aspect of doing business and of life, of doing anything. At the end of the day, like, you know, in trying to answer these questions, if you go yet a level deeper, it's like, okay, we want more prestigious clients, but why do we want more prestigious clients? I think if you go deep enough, at some level, you hit the layer of personal preferences and personal alignments. And by that, for example, I mean, okay, let's say you want more prestigious clients. Why might you want that? Well, maybe those more prestigious clients are just a more sophisticated clientele, are smarter people, are more polite, are more pleasant to deal with. They might have, on a personal level, it might be people with more distinguished backgrounds or more well traveled or educated, and therefore it might be more fulfilling and more enjoyable to deal with them and to converse with them, because at the end of the day, these people, your clients, are going to be people like, we always think in abstract terms of businesses, but at the end of the day, it's you as a business owner or a business developer dealing with another individual on that other team. And so you're having a very direct relationship with that person. And you might want to shape your business or your unit in a way that it aligns with what you enjoy, what you're good at, maybe also what you're uniquely good at, by which I mean you are the difference between your level at it and most other people at it is the biggest gap that you can find. Because that's where your edge lies, right? So, in thinking this through, I think what I see is that what I've concluded is it's all about alignment. It should align with your objectives, your lifestyle, your personal temperament, the things you enjoy, the things you find rewarding. It should align with all that. So when deciding strategy, the question becomes, which initiative can I take? In what form? Such that it aligns the best way possible, the most, with us as a business, with us as a team, and with me as an individual. Everything comes down to that, right? Is this targeting the audience that we want to target means, is this aligned with the people we want to be dealing with? Is this scaling us in a way that we grow our head count? Or is this scaling us in a way that we have more output per team member? Again, that's a question about alignment with you as a senior member of a team or as a business owner. Anyway, someone who has some sort of input on the strategy of the business or the unit. It's a question of alignment, right? Do you enjoy leading large teams? Are you a people manager? Or do you enjoy dealing with fewer people, a light team, very agile, all very sharp, autonomous operators with a lot of agency, and everybody sort of doing their own thing under a common understanding of what the vision is? Those are all questions you got to answer. So it all comes down to alignment, in my view. Alignment and skill, compound interests. That's another one, but that will remain for another day, maybe the next one. So those are my thoughts on strategy. Very important. Definitely, the further along you get, wherever you're going, you're going to be dealing with this question more and more. This is a good framework for answering that question. So if you know someone who could benefit, who's dealing with strategic questions, definitely send this over to them. If you enjoyed the video, as always, like and subscribe. It would mean a lot. It would help me grow this channel and this community and this message. And with that, I leave you and I see you on the next one.